switch off the fan so that I can film. But anyways, I'm about to change my nail polish color. Like, yeah, as you can see, they're all chipped and everything. I have two options. These are the two colors and they're both from Mars. I really want to use this, but I also want to try this. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna use. Let's see which one looks better. But let me remove my first. I'm also going to be watching some YouTube while doing it. I really want to keep reading, but I need to have good nails for tomorrow. I mean, like, it's my best friend's birthday, and I know I'm not the main character. I just want my hands to look good. At least better than what it's like. At least better than this. Like, ugh. Yeah. I'm also baking cake for her. Like, I am thinking of making an almond coffee cake and then blue flower. No, what was the name of the flower? Butterfly pea? I don't know. That blue tea, just that flower. The flower you use for blue tea. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I don't know the name, I forgot the name. Yeah, I'm gonna use that, and that's gonna be one flavor. And then almond coffee cake is going to be one. And then I'm gonna be making buttercream. And I've baked cake before. We don't have oven in our home or microwave, so we're gonna use pressure cooker. I've done that, so I think that's not gonna be a disaster, or at least I'll try to make it not to make it a disaster. What's concerning me is the buttercream frosting, because I've never made it, but it is the idea that counts. So yeah, I hope it's good. I'm gonna film that tomorrow if I remember to film, or if yeah. Also, a book update. I am really enjoying this. As from my last video, if you remember, I was talking about reading The Remains of These by Kazuo Ishiguro, but I kind of not read that. I was like not in a mood for that. I was like, you know what, let me read this, because I love Emily Henry, and I was like, since I have her book, let me just start. And it's been one day, and I'm pretty sure if I had time, I could finish it within 1 to 2 days, because I'm really enjoying the writing, but I don't have time. So yeah, but so far I'm really loving the writing. I'm really loving the characters and everything. So yeah, it's so mysterious abhi tak. Margaret Ives. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Switch on the fan. What's up? I look like an egg right now, but it's okay. I am gonna review both the books that I've read in this video, and the books that I'm talking about are The South by Tash O and then Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I think I'm gonna first start with this and then end with this. It's so hot right now, but I've switched off the fan, my Spider-Man fan, so that you guys can hear me properly. I do have a mic, but the quality is so bad. I'm gonna insert a video. I've been trying to film a book review. Yeah, the quality is so bad that I can't even imagine to use that. Anyways, let's start with the book review. The first book that we'll be talking about is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I absolutely love this book. This book follows Ellis and Hayden. They are journalists who are competing amongst each other to write a biography about this very famous person called Margaret Ives. So Margaret comes from a very well-known family, the Ives. They're like kind of the Kardashians, but like bigger. But then she kind of not goes missing, but like she kind of secludes herself from the world for 2 decades, and then all of a sudden she wants, she comes out, she wants her story to be told, she wants her story to be known and everything. So these two, Ellis and Hayden, they're like competing to write the story about Margaret Ives and the story of the Ives family. Yeah, that's it. That's basically what the book is all about. Now let me talk about my experience while reading this. When I started reading this book, I was kind of skeptical because there are a few people that I depend on while reading, like their review and everything, and one of the person was not really happy. Like they liked it but not loved it, so I was kind of skeptical if I'm gonna love it or not, or like it or not. But then as soon as I started reading it, I absolutely fell in love, and I was like, I just know that I'm gonna love this book. I feel like a lot of times when you read Emily Henry, you expect a lot of angst, that push and pull, the slow burn. But then here the connection was very instant between Ellis and Hayden, so it's totally understandable. But I also feel like what is love if it is not experienced, or expressed in different ways, right? So I really admire authors who write about love in different ways. So I feel like I absolutely love this book. I ended up crying. I am sorry, I don't know why. I don't know if people will cry while reading this book or not, but I could relate to a lot of things. Not a lot of things, to be very honest, but few things. I could relate to few things, and I couldn't just relate to it in upper level. It was like deep. I was like, oh my god, I know how this feels. So I was like, okay, fine. So I ended up crying while reading this book. I absolutely loved it. The connection was very instant between Ellis and Hayden, but their story, it just went up, 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 up. Like their connection, the way they understand each other, the way that they're there for each other, chef's kiss. I feel like everyone should give this a read if you like Emily Henry, or if you want to get into romance. Emily Henry is the guide. I don't know. As always, I'm very bad at talking about books. So if you do not understand what I'm trying to say, I can totally understand, because I do not understand what I'm trying to say. Peace. The next book is The South by Tash O. I saw this in the long list for the Booker Prize, and then I was like, I really like the summary or the synopsis or whatever of the book, and I was like, I want to read this. There was 2 books, this, and I forgot the name of the other one, but that one was not available. If I haven't already told you guys, that one was not available on Amazon. I just got this and I was like, it's okay, I'm happy with this. I was not sure that I'm gonna like this or love this book even. I was kind of skeptical because this is not my genre, or this is not the writing that I am usually drawn towards. This book follows Jay and his family. After Jay's grandfather dies and grandmother gets sick, they move south. Like his whole family moves south. They move south to this farm where there's a farm manager called Fong and then his son Xuan. So the story follows Jay and Shwan. There's a connection, there's a relation building amongst them, but that is all outside the house. Inside the house, the family is breaking. There's a lot of things going on in the family, but no one's, no one's ready to speak about it or speak about everything. Everyone's like just going through their own problems, dealing with their own problems. So basically, in all the pages, it's not just Jay narrating, or it's not just Jay who's telling the story or anything. In all the pages, you'll find different characters. You'll find Jay in some pages. You'll find Jay's mother, or Fong, the farm manager. You'll find a lot of characters. So this is the whole book. So I was not sure if I'm gonna like this or not, but if you can't tell, there's a lot of bookmarks. I loved it. I loved this book. I cannot say much about it. All I have to say is, if I ever get the chance to meet Dash O, I'm gonna take his hands and I'm gonna express my gratitude, and I'm just gonna thank him and tell him that thank you so much for giving me this experience to read this book. I absolutely love and adore this book. I didn't know that I'm gonna love it so much, but I feel like everyone should read this book. I don't know, for some reason, it's chef's kiss. That's all I have to say. That's all I'm gonna say about this book. I absolutely love this book. I didn't know that I'm gonna be bookmarking so many of her pages. There are a few lines that I want to read it out. There are a few lines that I want to read it out for you guys. Yeah, I guess I don't remember the page number, which is very sad. So let me just go through things first. Page number 103. Jay says, sometimes it felt as though the very act of breathing was something I had to relearn, so as to not be different from the others. This line hit so badly either way, because all my life I've felt like an outsider, which is not the case. But being an introvert and someone who's very insecure, I feel like a lot of times you just do not know what to do in your day-to-day life. Everything you do feels wrong because you're so insecure about everything. So the fact that he said, the act of breathing, the fact that you have to, sometimes it felt like the act of breathing itself, you had to relearn that thing, I could totally understand. And I was like, Jay, please stop being so relatable, because I related to Jay in every pages. I was like, Jay is me, I am Jay. I've also written it down somewhere, I guess. I wrote, sometimes I see myself in Jay. And I'm not sure if I see it sometimes or I see it all the time. Page number 274, where I wrote, sometimes I see myself in Jay. The line follows, I'm hungry, Jay says. They've had an early dinner hours ago now, and his body feels hollow, aching. Growing pains, like his parents always say. There are empty spaces inside him that didn't exist before. This emptiness feels like hunger, but Jay thinks that is really a longing, though he does not know what he is longing for. Jay. Stop being so relatable, my boy. I could relate to Jay in so many pages. I have marked so many pages. I feel like I could see, my family is very different from their family, to be very honest, but I could see bits and pieces of my family in few of the pages, and I was like, are we all living the same life? He's not even real. This family is not even real. But yeah, that is all that I have to say for this book. I absolutely loved and adore both the books. I didn't know that I'll end up loving both the books in this video. That's all I have to say. Me after yapping for 9 minutes straight, all I'm saying is that's all I have to say. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys like this video. I'll be coming back with more videos, most probably. Pray for me that I do not get insecure or I do not get lazy. Yeah, that's it. Bye.